You can tell football practice has started at Illini West High School with the football pictures going on today. I'm joined by Jim Unruh. We've had picture day. You've had a couple of days of practice. How are things going so far, Jim?
Things are going just fine. We concentrated on defense on Wednesday, offense on Thursday, and we were back on offense today, Friday. But tomorrow, Saturday, is the big day because we actually get to put shoulder pads and all the pads on, actually do what football's about, and that's hitting.
Basically, you start out the first few days, you're trying to emphasize fundamentals of the game.
Yeah, we really emphasize fundamentals all year long, but those first 3 days you're required to do it without the rest of the pads, just helmet.
What do you think is going to happen on Saturday when you're able to put those pads and these kids start getting to hit?
Well, I think that's what, I mean, if you're a football player, that's what you enjoy. The first 3 days are kind of monotonous. I know for the players, the coaching staff. The next days when you're actually getting out there and playing football and being able to tackle and run a football, and when people are trying to tackle you, that's a lot more fun.
You lost quite a few players, some really high caliber players that were really leaders for your team last year. Michael Lafferty, Jacob Smudlock. Have you seen anybody stepping up to take that leadership role for this year's team?
Well, I think there's always going to be leaders that step up. Nobody necessarily in particular, but a lot of our leaders actually are leaders by example, not necessarily leaders by their command or how they're talking. It's usually leaders by example, and we've got a lot of people working hard.
How do you try to break things down? Take between now and the first game against Orion. How do you break down what you're going to do each day in practice?
Well, we typically do this. From Saturday through next week, we'll basically rotate back and forth between an offensive day and a defensive day, and basically working to improve ourselves all that time. And then the following week, the week of the first game, then we start focusing in on our opponent. So like this coming week, we won't do anything having to do with per se Orion or any of our opponents. It's all focused on teaching our kids how to block and how to tackle and how to run a football properly and how to catch a football and all that kind of stuff. The week after, then we start getting into this is what you're going to see from Orion.
Yeah. Would you please just take a moment, run through your coaching staff for this year?
Boy, I don't know if I can do that, Rob, but I'll try. We got Pat Raftis, Lyle Klein, Tim Lafferty, Rusty Willie, Zach Houston, and that's probably enough mention for now.
That's quite a crew. You've got a lot of experience, both coaching and playing. You've got some quality coaches with you.
Well, we got a lot of staff that's coached for a lot of years, and a lot of veterans to the game, and that's always great to have people that have been coaching for several years.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you, Rob.
Jim Unruh with us on WCAZ. First game, August 27th, on the road at Illini West at Orion.